'Cause you are the reason why I'm still hanging on. 'Cause you are the reason why my head is still above water. And if I could, I'd get you the moon and give it to you.
What's up, everybody? My name is Julia and welcome back to my channel. Those of you who are new, welcome. If you are new, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you're notified whenever I post a lit video. As you guys can tell by the title, today we are going to be doing a story time / get ready with me. Today's story time isn't going to be really interesting, but it's something you guys have been asking me to film, so here it is. If you guys are wondering why I'm already ready, it's because I'm filming this intro after I already filmed the video. I'm going to stop talking, and without further ado, we're just going to jump right into it. So excuse the hair, it's in the turban. I keep my hair in this every time I get out the shower. I finish my makeup and then I do my hair last. I already did my morning routine, which consists of these and a couple other steps. If you guys would like to see my morning routine, leave a comment down below and I will be sure to do that for you guys as well. So with that being said, the story time I'm going to be doing today for you guys is a story time based on my glaucoma. I was born with a rare genetic, I think, condition. I'll call it a condition. I don't want you guys to quote me, so I'm just gonna put up a little clip right here explaining what congenital glaucoma is. You guys can pause it, take a second to read it so you know a little bit more about it. If any of you even had children of your own, you know that when they're born, they run a bunch of tests on your hearing, on your vision, on your lungs, just to make sure you have no abnormalities. Is that what it's called? And they tested me. I was clear to go. Around the age of, I think, 1 year old, my grandmother started realizing there was something wrong with my vision. I don't know if she realized something was wrong with my vision, but she realized something was wrong with my eyes, and she brought me to the pediatrics office, and they pretty much just said, oh, she has conjunctivitis, we'll give her medicine, and you'll be good to go. So my grandmother got the medicine, and I want to say a week and a half go by, nothing changed. Absolutely nothing changed. If anything, she said my eyes got worse. I would scream during the daylight. I'm going to do my eyebrows off camera, and then I'm going to come back on and finish, because looking in the mirror, getting all up close and personal, being on camera, trying to look cute, it's not cute. So I'm going to do my eyebrows, and then I'll get back to the story time. So I just finished my eyebrows. Don't come for me. They're not twinning. They're not even sisters. They're probably not even related. Moving along to the story, she brought me back to the pediatrics saying, it's not conjunctivitis, this isn't working. If it was working for her, her eyes wouldn't be getting worse. And she was like, I want a referral up to Mass Eye and Ear. If you guys don't know what Mass Eye and Ear is, it's Mass Eye and Ear Hospital here in Boston, Massachusetts. They denied her the referral, which I, till this day, find very funny. Wouldn't you rather be safe than sorry? What? So they were like, we're going to up her dosage. My grandmother's like, okay, we'll up her dosage. Maybe it is. Maybe I'm just freaking out. She brings me to my other grandmother's house for one weekend, which is my dad's mother. My dad, I don't know my dad, but I've always... My grandmother on my father's side has always been in my life. So my grandmother brings us over there because she had to work full time, overtime and everything that weekend. So here's all my numbers. Here's all her doctor's numbers. If anything happens, anything at all, you call me and you call the doctors, whatever. You don't mess around with this. So I'm fine all weekend. My grandmother is supposed to pick us up Sunday. My grandmother on my mother's side was supposed to pick us up Sunday. Which she did, but she was supposed to pick us up later on in the evening, probably after dinner or whatever. My grandmother that was watching us wakes us all up. She wakes me up. My eye is swollen shut and oozing, and I had a fever, I guess. So she did exactly what my grandmother said and did not mess around whatsoever. She called my grandmother and told her, called my grandmother that was raising me and told her, you need to come get Julia. She has a fever and her eye is swollen, closed, swollen shut. My grandmother flies out of work. She comes to pick us up. She rushes me up to Mass Eye and Ear. I think she had her twin sister watch my brothers and sisters because she wasn't going to, like, troop all these young kids up to a hospital in Boston. So upon us arriving there, I guess one of the doctors took one look at me and decided to, like, rush me into surgery. And my grandmother's, like, so confused. She's crying. She doesn't know what's going on. She's asking the doctors questions that obviously they cannot answer right now. They don't know what's going on. I have no idea. They just rushed me into surgery. My grandmother's calling my mom. My mom showed up. Like, long story short, my grandmother said it felt like days went by, but it was, like, hours. Like, the doctor comes out, introduces himself to my grandmother, and goes, we have good news and we have bad news. Which one would you like to know first? My grandmother's like, well, I want to know the good news, or I want to go know the bad news, because whatever the bad news is, we can, like, get over it with the good news or whatever. We figured out what was wrong with Julia. We diagnosed her with congenital glaucoma in both eyes, and the bad news is we were not able to save vision in her right eye. She lost 100% vision in her right eye. My grandmother falls to the floor, starts crying. My mom's flipping out. My grandmother's like, okay, well, what's the friggin' good news? Like, how is there supposed to be good news out of this? He goes, the good news is if you do not bring her up here today, she would have lost her left eye, vision in her left eye. Like, you saved her left eye by bringing her up here. So the good news was that they were able to keep vision in my left eye. Yay, because I don't know what I would be doing right now. Probably definitely not makeup. So moving on, I was, like, it was a whole mess. My grandmother had to adapt to a whole different, like, lifestyle raising me. She had to learn how to, like, give me the proper medications, take care of the eye the way it's supposed to be taken care of. I had to wear glasses. And back then, you guys, in the early 90s, or even late 90s, even early 2000s, like, we had glasses like this big, and they were circular glasses, and those are the glasses that I wore. And my grandmother knew, like, starting off in school probably, like, first of all, after that surgery, I was in and out of the hospital. Like, I lived in the hospital for months at a time. Like, I've had probably 50 operations on my vision, or on my eyes alone, and it was just insane. It was crazy. And probably around 4 is when I started to simmer down a little bit, having less operations, having less scare, like, being less scared about losing the left eye. We got the eye under control, and I was about to start kindergarten, elementary school, daycare, whatever. My grandmother knew, like, bullying is a huge thing, but she knew that I was going to have a problem being bullied, because my eye actually is shriveled up. It's dead. It's gross. It's not something anybody wants to see. I mean, I'm used to it. I don't think it's gross, but a lot of other people think it would be gross. It's not something that they would want to see. And she just wanted to do what was best for me and try and avoid the bullying. So she heard about prosthetics. And those of you who don't know what prosthetics are, like, when you see people with, like, racing with mechanical legs or mechanical arms, it's literally, that's a prosthetic. Obviously, my eye is not mechanical. That would be pretty cool if it was. But it's not. It's just a prosthetic eye. It's literally a marble that artist painted to match my real eye. And it's worth thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. But this is my second one. I'm actually in the process of getting a new one, because the last time I got a new prosthetic, I was 12. I still had to go through puberty, still had to grow. Now that I'm, like, fully grown, I stopped growing. I feel like now is the right time to get my adult prosthetic. So it could be the same size. That's why it's not the same size. The reason being it can move side to side or up and down is because I have my nerves in the, like, my real eye is behind this eye. It's not just a hole in my head. People don't understand that. But my eye's still there. My nerves never died. So my retina did detach, but my nerves never got damaged. So my real eye moves. So what the prosthetic team did was they carved this eye to fit my other eye, to fit the socket perfect, just snug, so that my nerves move it. It moves a little slow, obviously, because my real eye is moving this eye. So when this eye moves, the one behind this moves, but this one moves just a tad bit slower because You guys get the picture. Anyway, moving on. So I did get the prosthetic. I did suffer bullying in middle school. Not necessarily really middle school. It was more the beginning of high school or end of middle school. I had friends. It didn't seem like they were genuinely my friends. It just seemed like they were my friends because of what I had. And I just didn't really... I mean, as a kid, you don't understand, like, the concept of having friends or, like, who your true friends really are. So I did get used. I did get bullied. I did get in fights at school. And then there's also those kids that loved me for me, and I had a great group of friends. It was just finding those friends and not hanging around the wrong crowd was kind of tough for me. But having the vision that I have does stop me from doing quite a few things. Like, it's put a hold on my driving, like getting my license, getting my permit. I never thought I would be able to drive, but I just actually got cleared by my eye doctor to get my license at the age of 22. So I actually just got my permit a couple weeks ago, and I have my road test here in October, the day before my birthday. I did driver's ed not too long ago, this summer actually. I don't promote this, I don't condone this. This is not something you do at all, but I've driven without a license many times. And so, like, I know the concept of driving. I know how to drive, but I have to parallel park. I have to practice my parallel parking. I have to practice my backing up 100 feet. I got to practice, like, I know how to maneuver the car, like, driving, but I have to practice my actual legitimate maneuvers. And so you guys got a glimpse of how I lost the vision, why I lost the vision, how I got the prosthetic, the bullying, how it affected my life. Let's say I lost my vision at 10 years old. I think I would have been a whole different person. I believe the only reason why I am okay, and this is genuine, this is honest, this is the truth. I feel like the only reason why I am okay with being blind in one eye is because it happened when I don't remember. This is all I know. This is all I'm used to. I don't know any different. Having two eyes is weird to me. Like, people are like, oh, having one eye, that's pretty weird. Like, having two eyes is weird for me. Like, I don't get the concept of, like, having two eyes. Like, do you see double of everything? Like, obviously not, but you know what I mean? I'm used to the way I am. I wouldn't change it for the world. I know later on in life there's going to be surgeries where I can probably gain vision in that eye again, and I just don't want to. I don't want to risk anything happening to the eye I have left. I'm used to being Julia. Used to it. I didn't think I was going to be done with this story before my makeup. I don't really, want to get into the bullying in this video. I believe that's a whole different video idea. But let me just touch base on it a little bit, because I've had people call me out on bullying, that's something I want to address for a little bit. Let me just think about how I'm going to say this real quick. All right. Everybody in their lifetime, and I'm not going to say everybody. I'm going to say a majority of people. A majority of people in their lifetime have picked on somebody, whether it be in front of them, whether it be behind their back. And I don't want to hear anybody say they haven't, because everybody has picked on somebody. Whether it's your sibling, whether it's your little sibling, whether it's your older sibling, whether it's your cousin, whether it's somebody on the bus, whether it's somebody at your lunch table you don't like. Like, everybody has picked on somebody. Yes, I have picked on people. I am not okay with that at all. I don't condone that. I'm not making excuses for that. Or if you say that I have bullied people, that is where you got it all wrong. I have never bullied somebody in my entire life. Why? Because I know what bullying is like. Like I said in the beginning, I have picked on people. I picked on somebody for their hair being frizzy or greasy. I've picked on somebody for picking on me. I've picked on somebody for not having their outfit match. But I have never in my life bullied somebody for a disability they have had. I've never bullied somebody for something that they cannot control. I've never bullied somebody for being raised in an environment or a particular environment. I've never bullied people. I don't do that. One, because I know what bullying feels like. I know what it's like to have a condition that I can't control. I know what it's like to have been brought up in a way that other kids have not been brought up. I've known what it's like to be jealous of kids. I've known what it's like to feel bad about myself, to feel ugly, to feel fat, to feel too thin. Like I know that. I would never bully somebody. So I just wanted to put that to a stop because I've already had people under my video calling me a bully, and I don't appreciate that whatsoever. And the reason why I really get ticked off is because when you're ever accused of something that you know you did not do, doesn't that piss you off? Like, that pisses me off the most. I literally don't do a full face, you guys. I literally put a little bit of eyeliner on, a little bit of mascara on, a little bit of lip liner, and then call it a day.
Hey.
You're in my video now.
Oh. So guys.
You don't need the other half. I just got out the shower. What?
Alright.
It doesn't change me as a person. It doesn't change my opinion on life at all. It makes me who I am, and I'm proud of who I became. So that is it for my get ready with me. This is all I do to my face. I don't do anything to my hair. I just really let it air dry. I apologize in advance if this video is kind of all over the place. It is hard to put a 20-year experience into a 12-minute video. If you guys have any more questions, you can personally DM me on my Instagram or leave a comment down below, and I will be happy to answer more questions if this video did not answer all of them for you. So if you guys like this video, give it a fat thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Hit that notification bell so you're notified whenever I post a lit video. Leave a positive comment down below. We only have positivity on this channel. I can't stress that enough. And with that being said, I will see you guys in my next video.